Well, good morning and welcome to a glorious, if not absolutely freezing morning in the Southern Highlands. So I have been guilty recently of spending a lot more time in the Northwest Highlands, in Crianlarich, Scramble, and more recently in Munro. So today I thought I'd better travel a bit further afield. So as you can see, it's really frosty this morning, which is helping. It's been rather boggy coming up parts here, but it is a glorious morning. The route today is relatively short as well. It takes in 2 Munros and should take around about 6 hours. But tagged on with a 3-hour drive to get here this morning and a 3-hour drive home at the end, it makes for a long day. So this part of this mountain has a bit of an interesting name. It's known as the Twisted Hill, and it's an array of lumps and bumps all the way up here. From down below, it actually looks like a nice little ridge going towards the top of this Munro. I can't be that far away, maybe 20-25 minutes. So I'll check back in once I'm at the top. So a slight mistake in that little cairn behind me is not the top. So the top isn't far away, just up here. Well, that's definitely the true summit of my 173rd Munro. This is Caisteal, which translates to the castle. It's 995 metres high. I'm not too familiar with this area, but this is part of a group of 7 Munros known as the Crianlarich Munros. What a cracking view that is, back down to Loch Beinn in the distance. I'll be totally honest, I'm not too familiar with this area, so it's hard for me to pick out the Munros in the distance as I haven't done most of them. But today has actually exceeded my expectations so far. It's been a glorious morning, and that's not too difficult to walk up. It took just over 2 hours to get to this point. So I'm going to linger up here for a while and try and take in some of the views. Well, there's no hanging about today, that's for sure. I must have only spent about 20 minutes up there, which is probably a record for me. But with this walk taking around 6 to 7 hours, and the drive taking about 6 hours in total, I don't have too much time to mess about today. So that's me just at the lowest point between the 2 Munros, just at the Beinn. It's quite steep coming down off there actually. Rocky, had to take some care coming down. Luckily, all the ice had melted on that side since the sun was on it. But going forward, there's a little scramble here going up here. I'll try to get out the sun. But you can see the path just goes up and across. It's still covered in ice and verglass, so care will be necessary, I think. A lovely little spot here. Nice little lock-in. I'm actually eyeing that up. That'd be perfect for a wild camp there. So I'm really enjoying today. A lot of mixed terrain on this route. As I said earlier, much better than I expected. Anyway, I better crack on to the top of the second Munro. The path isn't ideal here, as there is big patches of ice. That's the way ahead. Hopefully most of it can be avoided. So from here, there was quite an exposed drop to your right hand side. This might become difficult if it was covered in snow and ice. But to finish off, there was a short section of scrambling, which was quite enjoyable actually, but again, this would become difficult in winter conditions. Well, there's the first of many cairns on this mountain. This is a lumpy, bumpy sort of summit, so I think I can see the top in this direction. This mountain has a ridiculous amount of tops. Don't know if that's the top. There seems to be two more over here. I think this one might just be the true top. I'm not sure now. I think that one I just went past is the true top. But anyway, the Munro's bagged, so this is Munro 174. Beinn chroin. It's 942 metres high. It means hill of the sheepfold, and I did see some sheep trying to be mountain goats on the scramble up towards the top of here. This is a fantastic viewpoint, probably just slightly better than the one before it. Great views again today, very clear. I know there's snow forecast for next week, so I don't think winter's finished with just yet. I remember on my last trip out in Munro that I said I'm not going to get conditions like this in my next walk, but it looks like I've managed to hit the jackpot today again. So anyway, I'm going to head to what would be the eastern top of this mountain. Well, this is a confusing landscape on top of this Munro, but I think now I've bagged every possible top on it. There seems to be four main Munros behind me that you can see. I'll try and name them. I think we've got Beinn in the distance there with Beinn next to it, the pointy peak. And the two closer ones, I think it's Crianlarich, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, and the one next to it is Beinn, just there. That's four Munros that I haven't done yet. Right, that's me fed and watered. I better start thinking about heading back down. I could probably spend all day up here, but I've got that 3-hour drive to think about. Right, let's go. So that's me just making my way down the glen just now. You can see the 2 Munros just behind me there. It's not too far to get back to the van from here. Nice little river there with some pools. Would be great for wild swimming if you're into that sort of thing. So I better give you my rating out of 10. I think I'll give these a 7.5 out of 10. As I said before, it exceeded my expectation. Some nice mixed terrain on them, bouldery, some nice bits of path to break it up, and short sections of scrambling, which adds to the excitement. I also met some nice people on the walk out here and the walk down. A lot of people were doing this circuit in reverse. I think I met 6 or 7 heading up just now. So I don't know which way would be easiest. Maybe coming up the scramble the way I done it. Not too sure. I've also been down in the dumps a little bit with this Munro bagging, as through winter it's always like that, the dark nights, the rare good weather in between times. But recently it has felt more like spring, so that's a good sign. I think we're going to get a final dump of snow in the next couple of weeks. But after that it's going to be long nights into spring and summer. So thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll get weather like this again in the next one, 3rd time lucky. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.